Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. I want to state a couple of things for the record so that we can just get it out of the way and we can move on to WrestleMania. Item number one, I will always be loyal to my tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Item number two, I will always be loyal to my best friend in the world, CM Punk. Just because I'm loyal to both of them does not mean I will ever in my life be disloyal to either of them. So when it comes to WrestleMania, let's get one thing perfectly clear.
A lot of waffling going on.
Now, you owe me a favor.
Get ready! We'll say get ready. Get ready for the worst raw review on the internet. The worst raw review on the internet. Straws raw. And fresh roast beef. This is Straws Raw. Straws Raw.
Hello, friends, listeners, and newcomers. It's me, Eric B. They call me the Raw Dog. And this is Straws Raw. The worst Raw review on the internet, or the best, depending on where you search. And you're listening to us here on the Huge Pop Radio Network. Listen, friends, thank you for joining me and my puppy in crime, my running mate for the show, my man who is always here with the plan and representing the Judgment Day. It's Randy C. Randy, what's going on?
I wanted to learn how to drive a stick shift, but I couldn't find a manual. Hey, Eric B. Hey, everybody. Hey, Reese. It's me, Randy C. And as usual, we are powered by something. Powered by Huge Pop Radio. Go to hugepopradio.com or iHeartRadio or anywhere you download your podcasts and music and just search up Huge Pop Radio. Jimmy and Donnie give you the week's worth of wrestling news, rumors, interview here too. They hurt people this week. It's Shelton Benjamin. Again, that's Huge Pop Radio with Donnie and Jimmy. And you can find them every Wednesday night at 11 p.m. on TSN 69. We're also powered by the Smack Daddies. The Smack Daddies are your East Coast podcasting champions of the world. Welcome to the home of SmackDown coverage for the Huge Pop Radio Hub. Tune in each and every week as your Smack Daddies review SmackDown, dive into the lives, and drop hot takes. Again, hot takes on the best wrestling show on Friday nights. Don't you dare miss it. Go to smackdaddies.ca or just look it up here on the Huge Pop Hub. Also by the Dynamite Drop, the newest show here on the Huge Pop Hub with Ashley and Sean, the stunning one, where they go through their week's Dynamite AEW product, register and say Dynamite, Collision, Dynasty, whatever it may be, because they will watch it because we don't, and they'll tell you a little bit. But Dynasty actually wasn't too bad. But yes, join Sean and Ashley every Friday morning, and they will give you the Dynamite drop. Story time with Jimmy, don't forget about that. It's every Sunday morning. Jimmy gives you some stories. You find that on the Huge Pop Radio Hub as well. Also powered by InteriorPlants.ca, the natural solution for a healthier and more beautiful business or home environment. That's InteriorPlants.ca. She's the doctor of plantonomics. She can help you out. That's InteriorPlants.ca. Kool-Aid, just because. Oh yeah. The Canadian Brewhouse. Place sponsored ad here.
The Canadian Brewhouse All-Stars have come to play. Here's a food and drink lineup so full of excitement it's terrifically tantalizing. Wings on the left side, pizza on the right, burgers and fries fighting hard in the corners for scrumptious supremacy. Oh, looks like we have a penalty upcoming for double dipping. Wait, no, he fakes. Oh, what a move. Sensational from start to finish. So buckle in and belly up because we got one heck of an all-star experience at the Canadian Brewhouse.
As well as the TDS Wrestling Show. Join Sam, Tezzy, and Darren each week for their Inside of the Week's WWE product. Every Wednesday and Sunday live on YouTube. That's the TDS Wrestling Show. Play sponsored ad here.
This is Sam from the TDS Wrestling Show. Check us out live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube every Wednesday and every Sunday. Wednesdays we will be reviewing WWE Monday Night Raw and the previous week in WWE, and on Sundays we will be reviewing current WWE PLEs, as well as going back in time and reviewing classic WWE pay-per-views. Follow, like, subscribe, and share the love of the TDS Wrestling Show.
As well as THT, the handshaking team, with my partner in crime here, Eric Blondon. You can make it on the wheel of misfortune like I have, or you can also win cheap heat. Cheap heat. Definitely raffles, prizes, everything else. Right now he's showing me a Ted DiBiase and a Ricky the Dragon Steamboat Ultimate Collection. You want your chance to win that? You have to go to facebook.com/the handshaking team and join Eric every week, where you can win many different prizes with raffles, wheels of misfortune, cheap heats, minis, and a whole bunch of different other things. As well as Chiquita Bananas. Why, Monroe?
Monkeys never claps.
At least the Jays didn't cramp yesterday, but Eric B, that was a long one. That was a long one today. How you doing there, brother?
I'm surviving, Rand. I'm surviving. I made it all the way through the ad read. So we are here. We are living life. We are very close to WrestleMania season. We are ultimately close, you could say. There's a lot of things going on, you know? A lot of heat going on in the world. Like Randy even said cheap heat. I think he said the term like 5 times there in that opening. Cheap heat, cheap heat, cheap heat. But there's a lot of cheap heat, or is it cheap heat, going on between two ladies in the WWE brand. Two ladies where everybody was kind of thinking this might be a little bit of a stale feud. May have heated things up this Friday on SmackDown. I know it's not our product. I know that it's the Smack Daddies show. But me and Randy just have to talk a little bit about Tiffy and Charlotte.
Amazing promo. I think off script. They're taking the live recording out and not even putting in there. They're blanking out so you can't hear what they say. Charlotte making fun of Tiff a little, and then Tiff responding back like the woman that she is. Yeah, a little off script, I believe. I don't think that was added in the back. But it did intrigue me now to watch this match at WrestleMania.
Now, Randy, yeah, for sure. Were we seeing like borderline bullying? Do you think that these ladies kind of planned this out before a little bit? Did we work ourselves into a shoot here? Because work shoot is kind of what I see written all over this, because Tiffany Stratton was definitely a little bit peeved as she rolled out of the ring as fast as she possibly could, because as she put it, it was to avoid a confrontation. And then as she went to show her title, it was clearly upside down. She pulled a awesome Great Khali impersonation. If that's what she was looking for, it definitely worked. But yeah, like you said, man, this definitely gives us a little bit more to look forward to with this feud now. Probably a little stale when it was first announced, and now people are like, wow, this is fun. It is very fun. Anyways, lots of WrestleMania stuff going on, and that's go ahead.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, Charlotte acting like the queen that I don't know. I understand that Charlotte's going through a lot of stuff right now, probably mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever it may be.
Changes in life and changes in her appearance.
But not just that. Acting very queenish. I think entitled? Is that a perfect word for it?
Nepo queen, as she so put it.
But Tiff not backing down, and like again, let's see what happens at WrestleMania, because there's always a little truth when you put these real life scenarios and promos in that. There's always a little truth to it, so it definitely makes me look forward. Speaking about truth, holy crow, Kevin Owens telling us his neck is hurt prior even to his Sami Zayn match, right?
Yeah.
So, pulling out of WrestleMania, pulling out with Randy Orton, looked visibly upset about it. Like, I know I'm definitely going to, we don't know how long he's going to be out or what is exactly involved completely, but I'm a little upset about it. You upset?
The rumor is out of action for anywhere between 1 to 2 years. The surgery that he's going to get is going to take a little bit of time to recovery on his neck. At first, I was like, maybe this is, a work, but clearly it is not. And yes, of course, I'm upset about it. It's Kevin Owens, man. It's Kevin Owens. It definitely throws a wrench into the potential storyline that me and Rand have been throwing in the background for the longest time here, of Kevin Owens, Seth freaking Rollins, and Drew McIntyre banding together to be a band of brothers. You know what? That could have been their name. We'll never have Bob now, Randy. Bob is a thing that will never happen. Oh, it might.
It's very, very unfortunate. Kevin Owens, the first common man in a while that's gotten into WWE. That doesn't look normal. That doesn't fit a stereotype realistically, other than an average Joe. But in turn, one of the best wrestling abilities inside the ring, a great talker. Inside, during a match, everything else, it gets everybody involved. That's what I've always liked about Kevin Owens, is his ability during the match to talk to the fans and the crowd and get them hyped up. I've seen many, many matches on the indie scene, as well as in the WWE. And it definitely is we're going to miss him. It is definitely a big notch taken out of the WWE roster.
A complete tank of a wrestler too. So to think that he would be out of action like ever, seeing all the matches that you've seen him do, especially on the indie scene, is a little crazy. But with that being said, I think that they'll find a way to still use him in some sort of a storyline. Of course, not as a worker, but he'll be around the company still. They got Big E doing pre-shows and stuff like that. Owens will be around. And they haven't said, retirement, right? So that word hasn't come out yet, and that's a good thing.
But who do they feed Randy Orton now for WrestleMania? Is there a guppy out there that can be fed to the snake, the viper?
I don't know.
A ferret.
I don't know, man. I mean, he just had his debut on SmackDown, but no, you can't do it. You can't do it to Rey Fenix. That would be absolutely crazy. The only reason why I said that is because, Penta's getting his WrestleMania moment. So you would think maybe they sneak Phoenix in, but that would be crazy. It's crazy enough to think that Penta's going to WrestleMania so quickly. Really.
And the RKO paid back to Mr. Jeez, why did I just completely forgot his name? What did I forget his name for? Former NWA champion, 10 pounds of gold. What's his name? The general manager of SmackDown.
Dusty Rhodes, daddy.
No, it's not
Nick
Dusty
Aldis.
Rhodes.
No, give him Nick Aldis. Yeah,
Yeah.
Nick Aldis. Why not, man? You know what? That would be fun, actually. Let's go with Nick Aldis in that spot.
You know
For the
who I
win.
really want to see? And he posted that he can now wrestle again is Adam Pearce. I'd love to see a Nick Aldis Adam Pearce match. But yeah, that's a good feeder for Randy Orton, I guess.
Yeah, I know. Nick Aldis versus Randy Orton. WrestleMania, book it. You heard it here first, folks. Just like you may have heard other things that have come true in WWE recently for WrestleMania. But yeah, it's WrestleMania season, Randy. Randy's getting all excited in his pants. He's ready to do his little bit of a dance. He's got ants in his pants. You got ants in your pants, brother?
No, praying mantises.
Okay, praying mantises, and he's drifting all over the house until 2 a.m., scaring his family because he is so goddamn excited about wrestling. Are you that excited about wrestling, Randy? Should we talk about Monday Night Raw?
Yes, should we talk about Monday Night Raw from the place I told you about in the chat there instead of posting the Zoom? From the lovely
Target Center in Minnesota, baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Sorry.
Target Center in Minnesota, the home of the Minnesota Timberwolves, Randy's favorite basketball team, right?
No, not really. No.
What is your favorite basketball team?
Harlem Globetrotters.
Oh man, that's a great answer.
No, I was only playing because I know you like the NBA so much. In my levels
Heyday.
of sports in the heyday, Chicago Bills.
The Chicago Bills, everyone. You heard it here first. Let's go, Chicago Bills. All right. Michael Gordon was their top player, I believe. All right, let's keep
Jeff
going.
Gordon.
Let's keep going, folks. Target Center, Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is Monday Night Raw. It is the penultimate Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania. What a fun word, Randy. Just what a fun word. We're going to say that at least 3 or 4 times during the show to give honor to WWE saying it at least 10 times during tonight's show. Anyways, 2 weeks as we are here before WrestleMania and things are starting to really heat up. Let's go, man. We're starting to see a card. We're starting to see things fizzle and phase out, so to speak, as well due to injuries. But we're also starting to see things heat up. And we have to talk about what happened last week. The end of the show last week. Come on, man. That means Io Sky is here to discuss what is happening, as well as Bianca Belair. And she is wearing all black gear and black lipstick, may I add, Randy. Very heelish look. Very heelish look.
Yeah, very heel. Maybe I still say it was Bianca and Naomi behind this Jade thing. So I think that's maybe the next step.
Yeah, I think that's post-Mania. I think that's going to be a post-Mania thing. And also shout out to Naomi, who actually looks comfortable for like the first time in her career as a heel. I got to throw that out there too. 100%. Anyways, we have these two ladies here. Bianca Belair in her all black gear. Io Sky in her sparkle pants and like strange top. Like it looks like almost like a pillow cover. And here comes Rhea Ripley because we know we got to sort things out, man. We know we got to sort it out. And even Rhea Ripley, Randy, look, when they were booking her as a heel, she was always in black. And eventually she got over so much that they're like, we got to switch some purple into this. So here she is, Randy. Rhea Ripley representing the Judgment Day.
I went, huh? Too. And nobody corrected them. I was like, huh? Yeah.
Every single person in the audience thought to themselves, just come on. Like the first thing that you thought potentially is like, oh my God, like it could be exciting, right? She's going back to the Judgment Day. But there was no storyline leading towards that. She hates them. And
Spoiler
Michael
alert.
Cole and Pat McAfee are instantly just like, she wants to do everything that she can to get away from the Judgment Day. Anyways, that was a funny moment. It really was. This contract signing breaks down how we know it's going to break down. These three ladies are going to WrestleMania. We got our first three-way of the card, Randy. It is signed and official. Io Sky is not going to be pushed around. She is going to do some kickings of her own. Missile dropkick, signs that contract. WrestleMania season. Io Sky standing tall.
You got some bullshit. Person can walk in there, just sign a contract, their name's not on it, and then be part of something. Guess what? I think it may be hopping some guardrails at the next contract signing with Cody Rhodes. Yeah, it's good. We all knew this was going to happen. But it's good. At least it's confirmed, sealed, delivered. 2 weeks before WrestleMania, everything is wrapping up. Like, pretty much the storyline. Like, realistically, all the storylines are wrapping up. I don't understand what they're going to do on Raw next week for going in. But, yeah, again, something that we already knew. Good half-hour promo on this. People, it's very promo-heavy tonight on WWE. So you won't hear us talking about so many matches, but you will hear us talking about these promos. Good promos.
That is absolutely true. This is a 2.5 hour long show, and there's one point where there is at least 45 minutes from wrestling to wrestling, and it gets painstaking at some points, but we are tying up some loose ends. And as Randy points out, what are we doing next week? We have some matches that are announced, but besides that, it's got to be a fast show, man. It's got to be like a 2-hour Raw at best. At best. Anyways, yeah, everyone's happy. Rhea Ripley is going to WrestleMania. We couldn't see WrestleMania without her there. She is the biggest star that you have in that division. Top 5 biggest star in the company. She has to be there. Enough said. Moving forward. All right, let's go. A 4-way Intercontinental match has been set. I wonder who teased that first. Who said that first? No, I'm not taking credit for it. A bunch of people had to have that thought. But it is going to be Dommy Wami, Dominic Mysterio, Penta, Finn Balor, and Braun Superman Spear Breaker.
Let's go.
in the Intercontinental title match at WrestleMania. Yeah, we were talking 3-ways. They were talking 3-ways for a long time, and then we kind of teased that maybe it's a 4-way, and here we go, man. Multi-person match, Mania at Mania.
No stipulation, though. Like, I was weird. Like, no ladder, no nothing like that yet. Maybe, I have no clue. Maybe that's something that they tease next week. But real no stipulations on any of the matches. No ladder match at WrestleMania. No, it's weird.
I think they might be reserving some stipulation for the women's tag team belts, and we might get to that like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a gauntlet that's going into it, but like, right. Yeah, like that's a gauntlet to get into it. But I feel like there's going to be something else there too. And this match, I don't think that they want to push stipulation because this match is all about Balor not being really too thrilled, happy with Mysterio being in it. And the more and more I look at this like storyline between the Judgment Day, I'm like, is this a way for them to sneak an Intercontinental title reign into Dominic Mysterio?
100%. 100%. But we'll talk. I want to talk a little more about it after the match with Dominic.
Let's do it. Let's do it. But let's talk about Randy's favorite match of the night first, shall we? Shall we do some woo? Shall we do some owl noises, brother, or what?
No.
No? Okay. But anyways, Lyra Valkyria against Bayley for the Women's Intercontinental title. That championship does exist, folks. They're also teaming up with each other on Friday Night SmackDown to go into this gauntlet match for the women's tag team title. So as soon as I heard that, Randy, I was like, why are we doing this?
Totally get it. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It's the other way around, right? It's always the other way around. It's let's put our two opponents together in a tag team match before they go up against each other for their big match. That's the way it usually is. WrestleMania, that's like a classic script that you see. I'm not saying that that this match deserves to be on WrestleMania, but even the Raw before Mania, why not have them tag up this week and then put them in the match next week after they something breaks down between the two of them in this tag match, which will probably happen anyways.
100%. It's a weird spot for a mid-card title, like for the women anyways, like the IC in the United States. How to get on the WrestleMania card. And where is Bayley in this mix? Bayley, that I don't think has missed the WrestleMania for a bit, but in turn, that also hasn't won a match since she beat Lyra to get into the Elimination Chamber. Like, that's her last win. You know what I mean? So going into this match, yeah, your Weird Friday's coming. They're going to be a tag team again, or whatever it may be. There's going to be no in this corner this week after we talk about each match, or Eric talks about the match. I'm just going to give you my opinion because I do have an opinion after this.
Yeah, well, I mean, the concern that you have with this match and the booking of this entire feud is that Bayley is obviously going to be a step way above Lyra Valkyria at this point in her career. And that's fine. But when you're booking one as the champion to be so much stronger than the other one, and Bayley is just kind of running circles around her in this whole match, it makes it hard to make this title really believable ultimately, and Valkyria's reign as well. There's 1.2, and again, I don't like pointing out mistakes or botches or stuff like that, but there's one point where Lyra goes for her finisher and she almost drops Bayley right in her head, and I'm like, I don't really think that was gimmicked. She had to switch it up to a power bomb, which still looked good. And there was also that massive Bayley to belly suplex on the apron outside of the ring that was just nasty as hell during this match. But ultimately, they gave these women a long time to go in this match. A long time. 2 full segments. Valkyria ends up the winner here at the end. And these two are going to team up on SmackDown on Friday night.
100%. Wins with a roll-up. I don't know what it is with women's wrestling nowadays. The common thing is schoolboy, roll-up. Like, I get it. It's wrestling. Maybe that's the way people are showing, like, the bigger, badder person can get pinned is just making one mistake on a roll-up. But it's getting pretty dry when everybody's doing it. Literally, we saw Toni Storm do it on the weekend. We've seen NXT do it a whole bunch of times. Like, I'm seeing it every single week, left, right, and center. Bayley, where does this put her? She just lost to a mid-card, right? Underneath the Intercontinental Champion. Nothing against the IC belt. Ultimate Warrior held the IC belt when Hulk Hogan was champ. I'm not saying that. But in turn, Lyra Valkyria is not no Ultimate Warrior. You know what I mean? And Bayley is definitely steps above it. I don't know
where that belt can't be compared to the other one just because it's in a different division yet, and it probably never can be. It's just going to take a very long time for it to be taken seriously, which is a little bit different than we see on SmackDown with Chelsea Green and her U.S. Women's title, which her reign is taken very seriously and people enjoy it. Right. I'm not saying people don't enjoy this. I'm just saying it's kind of there.
But it puts Bayley in a weird spot. Is she going to go heel again? Is she going to stay face? Like, I have no clue. It's just Bayley should be on a WrestleMania card, and I don't think we're going to see her this year unless something comes up next week. That's the only spot that is missing.
No, unless they sneak their way into this women's tag team match at Mania, Lyra and Bayley. I don't see the tag. The team makes no sense, man. To remove the belt potentially from a tag team that makes a lot of sense with Liv and Raquel, to put it on, just like, why? Just to have a double belt Lyra Valkyria? It's not deserved at this point. Anyways, going forward, that match was there. It happened. You know what else happened, Randy? Bert Kreischer was there. He's got a Netflix special, which I think is coming up or on TV that now. Chugs a full beer on camera when they show him. Full chug. He's got to do the full chug. The creator of the series Devil May Cry on Netflix is there, and he's dressed up in full cosplay as Dante from Devil May Cry, and nobody knows who the hell he is. And very few people even remember that game at this point. It's a very awkward moment, and there's numerous awkward moments when the wrestlers try to go to Burt Kreischer or Tony Hinchcliffe, who's there later on, and you awkwardly see this grown man dressed up as the guy from Devil May Cry standing there like, please acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. I'm here. I exist.
I think he's shown up at the wrong promotion. Maybe he was supposed to be there on Sunday, missed a flight, and got thrown to Monday. So,
bro, these Netflix celebrities at ringside are getting better and better each week. You have a couple from Love is Blind drinking fake champagne or doing whatever they're doing, and it is just a really funny way to get some people here on television. It really is a funny way of doing it and promoting their own stuff. We knew they were going to do it, Randy.
Don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of Burt. I'm definitely a fan of Burt.
Oh, I like Burt. I like Burt.
We've seen a lot of them tonight. Shirt on, shirt off. It's Burt.
Oh man, what can you expect? Anyways, Alpha Academy is here. That means Otis is there. And Kreischer can rip their shirts off because we know he likes to rip a good shirt off. AJ Styles is ready to embarrass Logan Paul at WrestleMania, but Karrion Kross doesn't want it to happen. Anyways, we're going to have a match between these two gentlemen next week. And really what it's going to be is a hair versus hair match, not to cut it off, but just to decide who has the most silkiest, straightest hair at this point in their lives. My God, why is Karrion Kross's hair grown so fast? Lightning fast.
Twinsies. Exactly what I said, though. Right? Did you see that? He had his hair down again, talking to AJ Styles.
Yeah.
And he's trying to match the people that he's talking to. I actually think it's pretty genius. But yeah, little Easter eggs. Yeah, next week, AJ and Karrion Kross. AJ's not going to lose, so like I don't know.
We'll see how it breaks down, but yes, he is definitely not going to lose. The crowd doesn't lose in this next match, that's for sure. This is actually a fun match. As much as I put things down in this feud, it is the LWO versus the Creed brothers, who are assisting the brand new superstar El Grande Americano. No, folks, this is not Chad Gable. It's just a man who reached out to the Creed brothers. The Creed brothers said, this guy is just excellent. We are assisting him in the ring. And 100%. They make a hell of a formidable trio.
100%. 100% Chad Gable's sick. He has a doctor's note, and he said he was better all of a sudden, but they don't believe him. So yes, who steps in? The greatest, newest, hottest star. No, we're not talking about Ray Phoenix. No, we're not talking about Pentagon. It's El Grande Americano, WWE's greatest luchador.
Doing the world's greatest luchador, doing it grande, doing it big, really just looking great, may I say so. Also, LWO just looks great in this match. They are just flying all over the place. It is wild. You've got just crazy spots going on, including Joaquin Wilde doing this double assisted step off of two guys' backs, crazy flying swanton bomb to the outside of the ring, which is just nuts, which is followed by Del Taro immediately screaming at poor Eddie the ref to get out of the way. And the poor ref is just so enamored by what he just saw. Like, he is in pure fanboy mode at that moment, that he is just staring at what just happened in awe. And he finally figures out to get out of the way. Del Taro does that crazy corkscrew splash thing that he does. It just looks awesome.
Brillo del Toro, they're calling it.
Really?
Pop wrote con Grillo. The Brillo del Toro.
Jeez, it was awesome. I'm just gonna say that it was awesome. And there's a lot of awesome spots here. The trio of El Grande and the Creed brothers also throw out triple superplexes at one point in the match. The match gets 2. This is awesome. Chance definitely deserves it. It all breaks down in the end, though, when Ivy Nile is there also to assist El Grande Americano. Just a big fan of his work. A little piece of steel, I guess, or metal, or whatever it is, titanium, kryptonite, whatever you want to believe it may be, is handed to him, which is then inserted into the mask, that legendary mask, may I add, which makes his hand immediately 50 times stronger. And we find that out really quickly as Rey Mysterio eats a quick tap to the head. A taparooski, may I add. And gets knocked out instantly. Assisted steel headbutt here from El Grande Americano.
100%
for the pin.
As a former masked man, it is in training week number 3 you learn about the steel plate. I'm not going to give you his name, but I will say he is the brains behind Los Medicos that taught me this. And yeah, it's a great thing. It's all lucha. That is what you do, right? You headbutt of steel to knock them out. It was great. He knocked 2 people out, Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. It's not like Dragon Lee doesn't need to be knocked out. He could be knocked out 1 or 2 twice. Like, you know what I mean? We see him every week. maybe give him a little break. You know what I mean? But yeah, it sets stuff up for later. The greatest luchador in the world looks like is going to WrestleMania. I wonder how Chad, he must have felt really bad in Minneapolis, doesn't get to perform. If this El Grande Americano wins a belt before Chad Gable, I'll be very disappointed, but happy at the same time.
He's going to the moon. The push is like, at this point, WWE has a problem. They brought Penta in for this push, and now they got El Grande Americano, who just came out of nowhere, literally out of the shadows. And here we are. Life insanity. But this match was good. It's everybody doing fun stuff, man, getting all of their stuff in. Really a showcase match here for a lot of these guys who don't get that time on television to do this crazy stuff. And yeah, this feud between these two groups, I stand corrected.
Continues. No, you don't stand corrected. We said this would be going on forever. It continues.
It will happen forever. Where are they going to go from here? Who knows? But you know what? We're taking them more seriously than we're taking Bayley. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's 100%. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So anyways, here we are. Yep. I do stand corrected to a sense. But like I said at the start of the show, folks, this now starts, I think, a 40-minute programming where we get no wrestling. We're going to quickly look back at what happened between Gunther, Jey, and Jimmy last week. A masterclass of television, cinematic marvel. After
Speaking
that,
about great Latinos. Speaking about great Latinos, I'm sorry I cut you off. Keep going. Masterpiece. You just spoiled your great little. I'm sorry. Start over.
It's okay. Don't worry. No, I'm not starting over. This is where we are. We're sticking here. Triple H Hall of Fame video comes after that. This time, this is DX Triple H. Okay. But here comes Gunther for a chat. And you know what, Randy? Gunther is looking fierce. And I'm telling you, it's because he's confident. He is confident again after last week. So he is wearing a tie. He is dressed nicely. His hair has gel in it. He's no longer disheveled. He knows what he did last week was more than impactful, to say the least.
Do you know what's reminding me of?
What's that?
You're gonna either hate me or love me for this comment, but he reminds me a lot of Bob Backlund right now. Think of it. See, I'm right. I've seen it in your face. There's a lot of similarities to Bob.
Do you mean like
Backlund.
Bret Hart? Do you mean Bret Hart heel Bob Backlund?
Yes,
I stole the title. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yes. But yeah, I'm seeing shades. Even the tie. The tie was red. The jacket was blue. Like
pretty much the same wrestling format as well.
White.
I don't know if Gunther has ever thrown out a monkey flip, but like that might be even a little bit further through his repertoire. But yes, the white shirt, the red tie, definitely some similarities there, my friend.
The big ears?
the huge ears. Especially when that hair is gelled. But if Gunther is here, then who has to come? Especially after last week. It's Mr. Yeet Man himself. Very serious yeet, man. He wants no yeeting. And even during the time that he is talking, when he's cutting his promo, he is urging the crowd to stop yeeting. He's like, no more yeet. This is where things get real, man. This is where things get real fast. Jey had to tell his own mother, that Jimmy is held up in a hospital. And all she said is, Joshua, why didn't you protect him? And the reason why Jimmy didn't do that is because he was scared. He's no liar, man. He's no liar, Randy. He was scared of Gunther, drenched in the blood of his brother, wearing a crimson jacket with the entrails of Jimmy. I went a little bit too deep there. Sorry, but yeah, he's got Jimmy's blood just all over him, drenched all over him. Crimson mask as well. Everything that you could possibly have here. This promo had it all. But listen, Jey is pissed the hell off. This is a serious Jey. This is a no yeet Jey. I'm almost shocked that he didn't tell them actually verbally to stop yeeting, because he looked like he was genuinely mad and he wanted that yeeting to stop. He's like, yo, take me seriously. But afterwards he realized, he's like, this gimmick is too powerful. Can't get that crowd to stop yeeting. The crowd did not stop yeeting, my friend. We're on our way to WrestleMania. Jey says he's winning there. He's taking it back. Tosses that mic at Gunther. And that's it, man. No brawl.
Gunther, that's it. No bueno. Gunther looks scared for the first time. He does look scared. Jey was very prominent and very confident after seeing his brother get zip-tied, beat the hell up, zip-tied. Like, it wasn't even Glad garbage bag zip-tied. It was like the no-name brand. And he was scared, like a coward, by the ropes, watching his brother bleed. I don't know if I want Jey to win now, but if all of a sudden he sees that and gets all the confidence in the world, it makes no sense to me. But it will be the WrestleMania moment, I guess, when Jey wins the belt off Gunther and overcomes this 0-13 streak that he's going through. But it made me more excited. Last week, actually, you know what? I lie. Last week made me more excited for WrestleMania than this ever did. But at least it gives more confidence to Jey. Sorry, I take that back.
This is like a break week for these two, really. Ultimately, this is showing us, the beatdown definitely had an impact on Jey. Maybe they should have, we have to look at the gear, right? Black glasses. He's mourning. He's wearing black pants, black shirt. He's mourning his brother and the tragedy that happened last week. I feel like they wanted to maybe go a little darker here with Jey and his response, and maybe have a little bit more emotion. There's something
crying
missing.
then. Should have been crying.
Yeah.
Should have been sweating, like anything, like angry, like super angry.
Oh yeah, like blood. Sorry, like tears and snot coming out of his nose as he's trying to yell words out at Gunther.
100%.
No, that's true. Why not?
You do that. Like, don't get me wrong. It was what it was. Gunther did look mighty scared by the end of it, and let's look forward to WrestleMania.
I was explaining the segment to a non-wrestling fan, and I was saying that Jimmy's reaction is based on the fact that Gunther pretty much killed his brother last week. Set him up in a hospital, beat him nearly half to death, made him bleed out in front of him. And I don't know if the reaction was good enough there for Jimmy. Anyways, all right, moving forward. You know who else wants to go to WrestleMania? Natalya and Maxine Dupree. Okay.
Oh, ain't that happening? That ain't happening at all. But they want to go.
Maxine Dupree also going to Josh Barnett. Sorry, I'd go to Bloodsport. What is it? Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. Yeah. My bad. Rey Mysterio also going to WrestleMania against El Grande Americano. Oh, yes, folks. We're getting the match that we want. Is it silly? Yes, it is. Do we need a little bit of silly in 2 nights of WrestleMania that are very serious? Yes, we do.
How do you think it's silly, man? He's the greatest luchador on earth, and Rey Mysterio is really upset. that there's somebody better than him now. Like, I don't know. This is a serious match to me. El Grande stepping up, going up against a legend. To prove his legend status, he's going to beat a legend at WrestleMania and put him up there. He'll be higher than Penta. He'll be higher than La Parca. He'll be higher up there than Alberto
Blue Demon?
Blue Demon? Yeah. Mil
Mascaras?
Yeah.
Oh, I think he's already gone better than Mil Mascaras, if you ask me. The legend. I don't know. I've talked to some Mexican folks. They've told me El Grande Americano. Anyways, okay. Moving forward.
Jose told me that this El Grande Americano is the best there is. And I believe it. He gave me an extra side of supreme fries.
There you go. Yes way, Jose, for a change. Here we are. And you know what else we're getting for a change, Randy? We're going to actually see the tag team belts on Raw. What? Is this real? Yes, it is. The War Raiders, the biker mice from Mars, coming looking more boring than usual. Against the New Day. And guess who's on commentary to make this fun? And this is absolutely the highlight of this match. It is Tony Hinchcliffe. He now has his show on Netflix as well. Kill Tony is there. When he said that he's been doing that show for 12 years, I was like, holy hell. Seriously.
It is a long time, and I know who Tony Hinchcliffe is. And again, he's that thing at Trump is definitely misunderstood and misrepresented. If you look a little deeper into it, Tony does talk about it. But I want to say just one thing before we go any further. On multiple websites, so I'm looking up the results. It goes, noted racist comedian Tony Hinchcliffe joins the commentary team for this one. I hate it here. I think all of them are saying racist comedian Tony Hinchcliffe. So the majority of them.
Man.
Yeah, it's bad. But he's not that bad, man. He's not that bad. He's really not.
Anyways, let's just take comedy for what it is sometimes. And this match, for what it is also, it's the New Day against the War Raiders for the tag belts on Raw. And yeah, okay. Man, Randy, this match sucks. Honestly, I'm just gonna say it right now. This match just is missing it for me a lot. These two tag teams just don't look good in the ring together. There's one point where they're taking Eric and they're trying to throw him through the barricade, and he just slows down so much. And you see Xavier and Kofi just kind of struggling to move him along. I don't know, man. It was just something is missing with the New Day, especially when you look afterwards. The match breaks down itself because a chair is brought into the ring. That chair is then used by one of said War Raiders, gets them disqualified. Afterwards, we're selling a full-on beatdown, folks, a full-on jamboree, slamboree between the New Day and the War Raiders. And the New Day are supposed to be the ones beating down these two giant gentlemen, and it's just not hitting for me, Randy. There's something missing with this New Day for me. It has to be some type of muscle. Some big enforcer has to come in here. Listen, even WCW 2000 had Big T and Jay Biggs, who came in after the fact. Is that a good comparison? No, it's not. But I feel like the New Day need something else. Also, side note before you add your little thing, Tony Hinchcliffe referring to the War Raiders as what Bert Kreischer fans look like. Spot on.
Well, I'm sorry this match didn't hit you, but I have a cousin Candy that might. This I like this New Day. I just don't like the feud. I like how they're talking and going on and being very heelish. I don't know, me being more positive than you, that's normally doesn't happen, but I get what you're saying. I truly do get what you're saying. I think it's just the lack of interest that we've seen in the War Raiders, or the lack of War Raiders that we've seen, as well as it's just everything is going on And there's like a priority totem pole going on in the WWE right now. And unfortunately, this and Lyra and Valkyria are on the bottom of the totem pole. So with everything exciting happening up above, even though this may be good, definitely is not as good as what's to come or what has happened. So I get what you're saying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Randy. You get what I'm saying because you're my dog, Randy C. Anyways, all right. That's that happens. Pilmanization of Eric's neck almost happens, but it is broken up by everybody, which, by the way, I've never heard a pop louder for Jamie Noble than we did in the UK. That was great. When Jamie Noble and the rest of everybody came out, Jamie Noble got the chant. Everybody else, even Nigel McGuinness, got no chant. But Jamie Noble got a goddamn chant. It was great. It was absolutely great. Anyways, you know what else we're going to get, Randy? More video packages. This one is on John Cena and Cody Rhodes. And I don't know. I got to go back and look at it. But I feel like this is like a 7-minute long country song video package.
It was pretty long. You're right.
Like, it was really, really long superhero song for Cody Rhodes, country music style. And it was like, it wasn't only wrestling. It like showed him at the Georgia Bulldogs game. It showed him at like all this different crap. It's crazy.
I think it's actually the last time we seen John Cena was in the UK tour before WrestleMania. So they have to do this because everybody wants to see John Cena right now. So, or they're going to have to do this before WrestleMania. Prepare for next week. Insert 8-minute sponsored ad here. Sorry.
WWE is using Randy's voice and introduction for it. Anyways, folks, before we get to WrestleMania, we are going to do Penta versus Dominic Mysterio. So Dominic can prove that he can beat Penta all on his own. But Carlito is there in his corner. You know why? Because what the hell else does Carlito have to do? Something later in this match. Something great in this match later on.
Spoiler alert.
Anyways, yeah, spoiler alert. Everybody already knows about it. We all have the internet, folks. We all know what's viral and we all know what's not viral. And if you haven't gotten a clip of what happens after this match 15 times today, then your friends aren't wrestling fans. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is.
Thank you for listening to us, because you don't watch it, we will definitely break it down for you.
We will break it down. I was supposed to put a key lime pie story somewhere in this episode.
We'll do it at the end.
Okay. Or we'll do it next week at the start.
Okay. It can be a WrestleMania
More cliffhangers. Special. Exactly. WrestleMania special with your favorite Bret Hart story. Starring Eric B. Okay.
Speaking about Penta.
Penta is here in some super sweet, what looks like North Carolina Tar Heel gear, almost. Is that a little bit of a rub that Duke got eliminated from the tournament here on National Championship night? I don't know.
I took it as Toronto Maple Leaf. Congratulations, you made it to the playoffs. But okay, I see what your point is.
Anyways, that is his best looking gear so far. Absolute best looking gear so far. It is super cool. I was like, wow, that baby blue pops, man. Just pops into right. Pops on the camera. Just like the fans were popping huge for Dominic Mysterio. Randy, a very split audience here in Minnesota for Dominic.
Dirty Dom, he's the man.
They were cheering. They were cheering for him, man. He was doing what he has to do to make those cheers happen, friend. He was getting some 3 amigos for those pops. He was getting some 619s a little bit later on, but he also smashed what was called a toilet destroyer by Pat McAfee, because apparently the Canadian destroyer was originally the location, then moved to Mexico. But if Dominic Mysterio is doing a Mexican destroyer, it is a toilet destroyer. Oh, Pat McAfee. He usually nails most things. That wasn't one of them.
It's a Southern California thing. I got it totally. You nailed the hammer to the head. But yes, the toilet destroyer. I enjoyed it.
Toilet Destroyer. Randy popped hard for it. Frog Splash hits some raised knees here. Randy is almost thwarted by another roll-up finish here at the end of the match, but it doesn't happen. It does not happen. But we roll immediately into a sacrifice and then into a Penta driver, and Penta just beat Dominic Mysterio clean immediately in the middle of the ring. Now, you would say to yourself, that's got to be the end of the match, right? Judgment Day, those guys are some fine fellas. They never get involved. They never find their way into the ring. But you know who did? Carlito. And he instantly attacked Penta, which brought out his best friend, Bron Breaker. Anyways, no. Bron Breaker's music hits because he is the champion. And look, if it's going to be a four-way dance, you better have the lead there, leading the waltz. And he led the waltz on this one. No, listen, folks, let's get serious here for a moment. Bron Breaker is so fast that the WWE cameras couldn't keep up with him as he flew through the air and hit a Superman spear, which was the greatest Superman-esque thing that I've seen, and that includes Randy's favorite trailer for the brand new Superman movie that's coming out. That spear was fucking insane. I know we're not supposed to swear, but the way that the guy flew through the air and the camera almost missing it because he is so lightning fast, and Carlito doing the best thing that he's done since coming back to the WWE, eating that spear. My God, Randy. My God. What a pop.
His shoes flew off, and legitimately, if you go frame by frame, the skin of the apple flew off as well. He hit him at 297 miles an hour. And Carlito was the crash test dummy. The greatest spear of all time.
Yeah, there's never been a spear better than that, folks, and there's never going to be. It was just absolutely wild. Amazing camera work here by WWE to catch that. It almost completely breaks down the fact afterwards that here comes Finn Balor to throw his way into the mix, and like we said, he is not happy with Dominic being there in this four-way. Randy, you think it's going to break down before we get to WrestleMania with JD? Good old Judgment Day.
I think something else is going to happen next week, giving a little tension going into WrestleMania. But yeah, this was great. They have to give Finn the upper hand right now. But yes, after WrestleMania, there will be a new leader of the Judgment Day. And I think his name is Dominic Mysterio.
Ooh, yes. Yeah, that'd be cool. Listen, if they hold some gold, that will definitely lead to that. Speaking about potentially holding gold, no, not really, because this feud is not for any gold. As much as we thought it was going to make its way into it, the match at WrestleMania, the another three-way dance between Seth freaking Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk. Things have gotten wild, Randy, because that favor was called in by CM Punk on SmackDown, and the favor is he is taking the wise man into his corner. So Paul Heyman is here for a quick chat. Gotta explain himself, right?
100% you should.
Listen, if you were my friend and you left my corner for my enemy, who is also your friend, I would want you to at least explain yourself. So yes, Paul Heyman is here to explain himself. And he knows, look, there's a lot of people saying online that if he is going to CM Punk, he's turning his back on Roman Reigns. But he can be allegiant to both of them without screwing both of them over at the same time. I don't know about that.
That's
and
true.
Neither does Seth freaking Rollins, who is here in a very timid outfit, may I add. Timid.
Comparable
For him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jeans.
There's no
bell bottoms.
jeans. Yeah, well, you just. I take back what I said. He's got bell bottoms on, folks. Bell bottoms.
It's that guy's flair from what are the Super Bowl? What's his name? You know what I'm saying, right?
Travis Kelce?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Yeah. Terrible suits. But he is here to meet up with Mr. Paul Heyman, and he's going to call him out. Look, ultimately, he knows what Paul Heyman, he's listening to what he's saying, and maybe he's right. Maybe it's not that he is allegiant to both of them. Maybe he's just allegiant, really, to himself. Dun, dun, dun. Anyways. Rollins is talking all about loyalty here and what's going to happen, the favors that have been called in and the favors that are to come. This is when Rollins starts to throw in that Mr. Paul Heyman himself, as much as he is thankful to Roman Reigns uses him like nothing but an errand boy. He is nothing but that to him. When he left as well, after he lost his title and he went off and did his own thing, went on some trips, went on some vacations. No, he doesn't say that. But when he was doing his own thing, Paul Heyman was left behind there to be tossed around between Solo Sikoa and Mr. And I don't know what was going on between the bloodline at that point. But some good points are brought up here by Seth Rollins. Rollins is just eventually like, look, the best way that we can handle this is if you remove yourself from the situation. And maybe he can help with that. Look, Randy, when he said that, I was like, this is kind of a little bit of a legend killer angle. Are we going to see some type of puntarooski or maybe, in his case, a stomp? But a little bit of pushing happened. What are you worth, Paul Heyman? Randy, imagine if somebody started pushing you like that. What are you worth? Little tap, little slap, little push. How would you react? Would you stab them with your sword cane or what?
First, I'd crip walk, and then, they wouldn't be around very much longer, but I would have only taken the first push there.
There you go. And then the hammer cane would be broken down, and the hammer would come out. But look, Heyman doesn't want Rollins. Get your freaking hands off of me, brother. Which means CM Punk is going to come out because Seth is going to try to fight Mr. Paul Heyman. It's not going to happen. CM Punk ain't going to let it happen. That's his best friend, man. He ain't going to let that happen. Just like if I saw somebody messing with Randy, I would do the same thing. I would run on out. But the upper hand.
Apply good.
And drive away as fast as I possibly could. Yeah, okay. All right. Anyways, Rollins here in the fisticuffs, the slop down, the slogger nogger between these two gentlemen, which is going on. He does eventually get the upper hand here. Paul Heyman is there. He's prone. He's trying to check on his beloved CM Punk. Seth is in perfect position to do a stomp, and WWE cuts it a little too short when Seth jumps and stomps the ground a little bit beside Paul Heyman and tells him, "Now you owe me a favor." Heyman, the man of a million favors. Randy, thoughts?
What is this, freaking Baskin Robbins handing out 31 favors like they are flavors? Paul didn't ask for it. He didn't say stop. There's no favor that's owed. What, because you never got curb stomped? He didn't have a decision. You say, hey, I'll do this, or I'll do this, or I won't, and you owe me a favor. That's how the negotiation. This is a Rhea Ripley signing autograph negotiation here. It doesn't make any sense to me. Paul, tell him you don't owe him nothing. There's nothing that's owed in that case. But weird ending. Seth getting his little dominance, I guess, because Roman is not there. I don't doubt he'll be there before WrestleMania again. But he had to make his 2 cents in. And it is a good angle to go at the gentleman that has the brains behind 2 of the gentlemen, if you really want to say it. The wise man, Mr. Paul Heyman. So I did enjoy this segment for Seth. But the favor, like, again, I have no clue on this aspect. Like, to me, there's no favors owed if I was Paul.
Here's the way that I'm thinking about this the whole time. And it's like, Okay, Seth, you came to the ring with the whole intention of potentially removing him from the match, and now you're complicating it further with an additional favor, which is maybe going to be broken down what that favor is next week on Raw. Just stomp his head and let's be done with this, man. Honestly, just give a curb stomp to Paul Heyman, and then we wouldn't have seen him next week. And then we would have seen him at WrestleMania in a neck brace.
Right.
That's it.
100%.
You know, he would have shown up. He wouldn't have been there for the whole match, but he would have shown up at some point. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman at WrestleMania, and that's it. But yeah, WWE, there was a couple of times tonight where I was like, you guys got to pull that trigger a little bit more, and they didn't pull that trigger. They didn't pull that devastation trigger. Anyways, Randy, I don't want to crap on the product too much. I still thought it was a decent show. What's your banana rating, sir? Let's just do that at least.
3.5 bananas. 3.5 bananas for the promo heavy show. And the only reason they got 2.5 bananas because of the greatest luchador ever, El Grande Americano.
Saving us. Absolutely saving us. Grande Americano, if you were on the card, you were getting 2.5 bananas. Randy, I love having you on the show with me, brother. Thank you so much for joining me and being with me along the way as my PIC, my puppy in crime. If people wanted to go ahead and message you, send you fan mail, apparently.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, I got whoever sent me the LWA figures, I definitely do appreciate them. I do have them now in doubles, but it was from the States. We don't know who. And you can put Randy on it. You don't have to put Justin Zane. Like, I get it. Like, everybody calls me Randy now, to the most part. Nobody calls me Zaners except for like 2 people now. But I appreciate it. Thank you very much on that. But you can follow us on the YouTubes, youtube.com/@DrawStrongRaw. And go follow the Hub on any podcasting platform. Just look up Huge Pop Radio, the Hub, and you'll find all the great shows that are out there. As well as the TikTokers. I'm on the TikToks at DrawStrawZane. What about you, Eric? Where can they find you?
The Facebook, so you can go on the Facebook. You can go to the Hub. I'm there. You can find me. You can tag me. Just listen to the show. Send me messages. You don't have to send me gifts. Messages are fine. I am completely good with that. So, Randy, you know what? I feel like we've reached the end of the show, so that means we got to do our sign-offs, bud. We got to do our sign-off. So, until the next time, please take care of yourselves and each other and continue to live your lives impactful.
And Burkhead, don't ever steal my clothes ever again. Live, laugh, and love wrestling.
Deuces! Deuces!
I'm Chiquita Banana, and I've come to say bananas have to ripen in a certain way, and when they're flecked with brown and have a golden hue, bananas taste the best and are the best for you. You can put them in a salad. Grief? No, not yet, my dear. That greenish way you're looking means that you are ripe for cooking.
How about me?
No, no. When you are fully ripe, my dear, those little flecks of brown appear.
Me?
You're most digestible, my friend. Delicious, too, from end to end. You can put them in a pie, any way you want to eat them. It's impossible to beat them. But bananas like the climate of the very, very tropical equator. So you should never put bananas in the refrigerator. Bananas are a solid food that doctors now include in baby's diet. And since they are so good for baby, I think we all should try it. Oh! See?